With the news that Fortnite fans can expect yet another Marvel Fortnite crossover in the game thanks to Avengers Endgame, there's been a whole lot of buzz about what exactly the new items or modes in the Battle Royale title will be, or what they'll entail. If you recall last time, the Infinity War event had people geeking out and complaining at the same time thanks to some OP game mechanics, despite it being a limited time event. So today we thought we'd take a walk down memory lane, and a critical look at the game in the present, counting down our picks for the top 10 Fortnite items that should be banned. Consider this more so a list of OP items, since a good chunk of the items that we'll be talking about are from special events and weren't permanently added to the game, or have found themselves in the vault. So with that in mind, let's get to it. Starting us off in at number 10, the Jetpack. The Jetpack was an item that had a relatively short lifespan in the Battle Royale game. Essentially, it was a legendary backpack that let you fly around in the air, which could be used as a means of escaping foes in conflict. The one aspect of it though that gave it some balance was the fact that it had a limited supply of fuel that you couldn't replenish, so players had to use it wisely. Plus, it could only be used for short bursts, otherwise it would fail and players would fall out of the sky taking damage. This led to a bit of a hot debate between players, some of which felt that it would be a great asset if added to the game permanently, while others felt it gave some players an unfair advantage. Regardless, it's been vaulted in the meantime, with some players speculating that Epic had planned for it to be a limited time item, since they knew it would be definitely considered OP in the long run. Since it hasn't returned to the Battle Royale mode, but it is available in creative. Up next at number 9, the Boogie Bomb. Oh, the Boogie Bomb. The Boogie Bomb is an item that gives you a serious advantage if you're not quick with your reflexes. So it's a rare item that is thrown like a normal grenade, except when it hits, players within its blast radius are forced to dance for 5 seconds, or until they acquire damage. When hit by it, you can't fire weapons or build, meaning it leaves you briefly defenseless. The only benefit? Well, on April Fool's Day, Epic changed up the weapon so that those affected by it could jump 8 times as high as they normally could, which kinda evened out the odds, didn't it? Up next, number 8, the Semi-Automatic Sniper Rifle. In the right hands, the Semi-Auto Sniper Rifle is downright terrifying and deadly. While it does dish out lower damage than other sniper rifles found in the game, having a larger magazine compensates for that big time. If you're a player who doesn't miss a whole lot of shots when it comes to long-range weapons, the Semi-Auto Sniper Rifle could come quite in handy, especially since the reload time is significantly shorter than other sniper rifles. Luckily, this is an OP item that has now found itself in the vault as far as Battle Royale is concerned, but still exists in creative and playground mode, and no longer exists as an epic or legendary item. Up next, number 7, Guided Missiles. Yet another number on our list to thankfully have been vaulted, unless you're really into it, in which case, sorry. The Guided Missiles were epic and legendary items that, when fired, allowed you to control the rocket that you shot. You can imagine why that didn't bode well with some players. It also gave you the option to just use it to fire off regular rockets in case you needed to react faster to something. Players could even ride the rockets too. Although for those of you missing this item, it is still available in the game, but only in playground mode. Moving on to number 6, Chiller Traps. Diversifying our list a bit here with an item that is so useless that it should be banned. We're talking the Chiller Traps, an item that is often discarded as soon as it's picked up. Essentially, this trap could be placed on floors, walls, or ceilings and would cause players' feet to ice up, resulting in them sliding around. Despite this, one could still do actions such as using a shield potion, bandaging, or emoting while under the influence. Ultimately though, the Chiller Trap was vaulted back during the 7.0 patch of the game. Up next at 5, Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. Let's jump back in time and talk about the first Marvel crossover event for Avengers Infinity War. When the film came out, Fortnite introduced a fun little limited time mechanic called the Infinity Gauntlet Limited Time Mashup, in which the Battle Royale mode received a twist. Not only are you trying to knock off other players like usual, but the Infinity Gauntlet also found its way onto the island and could be picked up by a player. When picked up, that player could turn into Thanos, the Mad Titan, and while not all of the Gauntlet's powers were available to use, because hey, that would be way too OP, like the OP of all OPs, it still made that player practically invincible. You could punch players causing them major damage, you could shoot a purple power beam from your glove that would incinerate your foes, and you could leap into the air and slam your fist into the ground, destroying things within its blast radius. Many players found the new mode incredibly fun despite it transforming one player into a complete OP character for a short time. As of the recording of this video, there is no confirmation yet on exactly what items will be available for players to use in the upcoming Endgame crossover event, but based on the teasers, it looks looks as if players will be able to utilize certain Avengers-inspired weaponry, including Thor's Stormbreaker, Captain America's Vibranium Shield, and Iron Man's Hand Blasters. So if you're watching this video in the future, let us know how that turned out, although I'm pretty sure we'll probably know too. And at number 4, the Impulse Grenade. The Impulse Grenade doesn't work like other grenades. Instead, what it does is pushes away players and cars a certain distance, something that, if you played with it in Battle Royale mode, you know can be incredibly frustrating when you're on the receiving end, and therefore bound to lose a 1v1 fight against an opponent. It also leaves that receiving player vulnerable to a long-range attack after they get their bearings together. But on the flip side of that, if you were the one using it, it could seriously save your butt. It was briefly vaulted, but returned in patch 8.11. And at number 3, the Crossbow. You may not think the crossbow has a place on this list, but consider this. It's a weapon that excels when it comes to dishing out damage, and can knock out a player in 1 or 2 shots. Now if you're going up against someone who has accuracy on their side, the chances of you not standing much of a chance against them increases tenfold. Some players felt that it was OP and unfair, especially since it allows you to save a significant amount of ammunition, which in the long run can make or break a match. Epic is aware of how strong it is though. When the weapon was reintroduced out of the vault, it had undergone some adjustments, including no longer having a scope, but instead that was compensated with a faster fire rate and a larger magazine size. It's also a weapon that comes and goes, often appearing for a limited time before being vaulted again, although its most current iteration, the Cupid's crossbow, still exists in the game as of this recording, and only as an epic weapon. In our number 2 spot, the minigun. The minigun is another item of hot debate. When it was first released, the legendary version of the minigun felt super OP, but rather than being nerfed, it ended up being buffed, increasing its accuracy. It proved to be super effective on structures. While some prefer to use this weapon in squad games in order to help their team with cover, ultimately its lack of mobility and the time that it takes to start up before firing can leave a player super vulnerable. That being said, it reloads its own bullets, so you win some, you lose some. And last but not least, the Infinity Blade at number 1. Let's end off our list with the Infinity Blade, a mythic weapon that was recently removed from the game for being so damn overpowered. How so? Well, aside from being incredibly mobile, the sword could knock out players in almost one hit, and could destroy any builds, all while doing the most OP thing ever: restore your character's health with each kill that you made. Initially, the health regeneration factor was nerfed, but that still didn't cut it. Either did the promise of being able to use the weapon while harvesting materials. In addition to that, there was a lot of controversy concerning how the item would be used in Fortnite esports competitions. Epic had released a statement on their official Fortnite Twitter account that read, I quote, "Hey folks, we messed up and rolled out the Infinity Blade overpowered, without good counters, especially in the endgame. The Infinity Blade has been vaulted and we are reevaluating our approach to mythic items. So here's hoping that it finds a way back into the game for a limited time game mode at least." Alright, there we have it friends. What other items do you think should be banned? What vaulted items are you happy to see out of Battle Royale? And what are your thoughts about the upcoming Avengers crossover event and what it will entail? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know your thoughts. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more Fortnite lists just like this one. In the meantime though, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.